Jo, und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer neuen Folge von Genshin Impact. Und heute schließen wir den Archontenauftrag ab. Und zwar müssen wir dafür nochmal zu Zhongli. Genau. Und ja, er heißt ein Abschied. Also mal gucken.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng funeral parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
Okay, vielleicht geht's doch noch ein bisschen weiter. Das ist da, wo wir Dingens getroffen haben, ne? Child. Verdammt. Verdammt. Moment, mir ist ne... Oh, lol. Die habe ich nicht gesehen. Die habe ich nicht gesehen. Uff. Ob man das da auch schafft? Ja, easy. Das hat jetzt wahrscheinlich länger gedauert, das ganz normal da hochzulaufen. Maybe. Nein! Oh. Egal, Freestyle. Freestyle ist my Style. Spielestyler. Ab jetzt in ihrem Friseursalon. Verdammt, ich bin runtergefahren. Ach komm. Jetzt war die ganze Aktion umsonst. Ja, aber hier kommt man... Ha, easy. Oh. Tschüss.
You call this cooperation between harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Hat die nicht ein bisschen wenig Klamotten an? Oder kommt mir das so vor?
I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Ich habe noch Zeit, es zurückzuholen.
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map.
Dachte ich mir auch gerade, voll die unangenehme Situation.
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Signora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
So, was? La Signora und
So
Zhongli?
actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Göttliches
What
Herz.
in the world are you talking about?
Zhongli hat's. Oh nein.
Contract. is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee.
Nein.
For my promise is solid as stone.
Nein. 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 Nein.
How
Oh
sanctimonious.
mein Gott, der Plot-Twist. Also ist Zhongli tatsächlich Rex Lapis?
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa
Wow, ich check's grad gar nicht mehr. Was zum Teufel geht denn jetzt ab? Ich fürchte, ich verstehe nicht.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little
Ah, was für ein
bit too far
Plot-Twist,
with
ey.
that whole big
Wow.
death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Lyric goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
Und warst du mit dem Finale zufrieden?
Indeed I was. The Gnosis, which I had kept for so many years, suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Chising, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague Child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, Traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Chising. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. Wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
Du hast es dir diesmal wirklich selbst schwer gemacht.
Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
Well then, with a Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Ich möchte wissen, was dir der Kryo-Archon angeboten hat.
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree.
Wahrscheinlich, dass sie die Stadt in Ruhe
My
lassen.
agreement with the Cryo Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
What? Damn. Das habe ich echt nicht kommen sehen, muss ich sagen. Das habe ich wirklich nicht kommen sehen. Lol, Alter, das kann ich nicht mal lesen, das war so schnell weg.
Although the star of the show is fake, we've spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Da sagst du was, Paimon, da hast du verdammt nochmal recht. Oh, Moment. Ach, ist ja, ganz ehrlich, ich mach's, wie ich da immer hingehe. Ich teleportiere mich da oben, spring runter. Die Stadt, da gehe ich nicht durch. Zu viele Treppen. Ups.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Warum hören wir uns sinnloses Gossip-Talking an?
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Oh, hoppla. Ich vergesse es immer wieder umzustellen.
And to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us.
Junge.
Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Ja, genau. Shut the fuck up. Ich hab nämlich keine Ahnung.
Hear ye all, the Chising's words.
Warum bleibt es nicht eingestellt? Das ist so nervig. Ich check's ja doch nicht immer.
It too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
Sie sagen, dass Rex Lapis durch einen göttlichen Prozess starb.
So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
Das könnte sein.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
Ja gut, ich würde aber sagen, das machen wir nächstes Mal. Also ohne Scheiß, also das war ja so sinnlos, diese Gespräche. Also die ersten beiden zumindest, und die waren so unglaublich lang. Also wir sehen uns morgen, ja doch, morgen kommt eigentlich jeden Tag ein Video. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin, danke fürs Einschalten. Wenn ich mir ein Like, Kommentar und ein Abo bei euch freuen. Ciao, ciao.